to share if I can,
Yep.
Ryan.
Just let me know when you're ready, and I'll.
So, yep, give me a second here. So
Some people just love throwing up screen shares, and they don't tell me anything, and then all the audience gives is a bunch of blocks. And
I try to be nice. All right, here you go. Here is
thanks for that,
this
Tom.
was it was somewhere around an uncut sequence of if this interaction, just this section, there's more of it to this, but it's somewhere around 12 minutes. So this is the part. Turn the volume down here. So this is sped up to the speed that you claimed, Marcus. You claimed that this is how much they had to speed it up. So this would be the speed that it was recorded, according to you, Marcus. This is I did the math on this. It would have had to be 2.5 times faster. So you said it was somehow some special effect to do it. That's fine. But this is how fast it would have had to been done. You see how fast he's moving there. You see how fast this camera is moving. Camera moving isn't a big deal, but it's how fast these people are, right? And to then somehow, while moving this quickly, look how fast they're moving. Now, when I time this takes half a second to fall, which is how long it has to take on the Earth in a vacuum chamber. So, or a not vacuum chamber, as you have kind of think. So here you go. There you go. Now watch him move around here. This is you claiming this is how fast they recorded it. Now I'm going to turn up the microphone here. So this is what you're hearing is how fast it would have had to happen if they recorded in real time the audio, but of course they couldn't have. They couldn't have recorded the audio in real time. That would have had to been done separately. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, they interacted with the control room. So here in a second, he's going to move the camera. I might have already gone past that part. So look how quick this is your claim. This is how fast they moved in reality in order for this to happen. There you go. He's moving the camera here. Look how he's up there, feet up. Amazing. Amazing you can do that in regular Earth gravity that quickly. I don't know how that could happen, but I don't have the faith for that, Marcus. Okay. Here is specifically what he's talking about. This is the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter right here. Series of photos of Apollo 11 right here. You can see there the different shadow angles. So this is they're not sequential. They're done by the sun angle. It's pretty cool there. This is let's see, is this Apollo 15? I just chose a couple of these real quick. So these are what he's talking about. This is the evidence that Marcus 12 years ago said was sufficient evidence to convince him that we landed on the moon, that humans landed on the moon. You can see the human footprints there going all over the place. Pretty cool that you can see them. So thank you for that, Marcus. Now I'm going to go right here to the Apollo 15 feather drop. Feather and hammer, and I'll play this little bit here.
Tim, we copied both solar wind and penetrometer drum in the ETP.
If you can blow it up a little bit, that might be better for the live chat.
I haven't put the solar wind in yet, but I will shortly.
Thanks,
I
Mike.
want to watch this. I have a good picture there. I've got
Beautiful picture, Dave.
well, in my left hand I have a feather. In my right hand, a hammer. And I guess one of the reasons we got here today was because of a gentleman named Galileo a long time ago who made a rather significant discovery about falling objects in gravity fields. And we thought that where would be a better place to confirm his findings than on the moon. And so we thought we'd try it here for you. The feather happens to be appropriately a falcon feather for our falcon. And I'll drop the two of them here, and hopefully they'll hit the ground at the same time. How about that?
Right.
That's a Galileo was correct in his findings.
All right. So that's pretty cool. We can see that the hammer and feather fell at the same rate. That confirms they did this in. So in the vicinity of the moon is a very low pressure area. So very nice for there. Now the question you may have is how fast did it fall? Did it fall matching moon gravity or Earth gravity? Well, I have counted the frames. This particular video we're looking at is at 29.97 frames per second. It took 36 frames to fall. But I'll first go over the specific amount of time predicted for the globe. If you want, we can go over the kinematic equations. I'm ready to go over every step of that live if you want. But in the meantime, I'll just say that the prediction for the amount of time for the feather and hammer to fall, according to moon gravity, is 1.215 seconds. And the amount of time for Earth gravity is 0.495 seconds. Now, when you count the number of frames, like I said, 36 frames at 29.97 frames per second, that gives us the predicted number of frames for the moon is 36.42 frames. Matching the moon, the globe, if it was regular Earth gravity, it would be 14.8 frames, or it would take just about half a second. So the amount of time for the moon is 1.215 seconds. The amount of time to drop on the Earth is 0.495 seconds. So it totally matches the Earth gravity, the moon gravity. So we confirm there, number one, that it's in vacuum of the moon pressure there, and number two, that the gravity matches, the amount of gravity matches. So that's how we know for certain that humans were there doing that. And this was broadcast live. Here, this was filmed starting here with a handheld recorder. This was not live broadcast. But you can see here, this is the cool thing about this is how far they're going. Now, whether this, I know Marcus might attempt to claim that this was a scale model of, and then it was then radio controlled. Of course, he will provide evidence for that, or I will dismiss it. This was filmed by Charlie Duke, and I think it was Young that was driving it, if I'm right. The cool thing about this again is that the dust pattern shows that there's no air, and the amount of time that it takes confirms that there is moon gravity. So this is a rather large area I'll pause it there because this isn't the important part. That's a rather large area to go over in some sort of a set, and how on this set in a vacuum, the entire set, because it's a larger area than any known vacuum chamber on Earth. So Marcus would need to provide the documentation for the building of this gigantic, the biggest vacuum chamber ever built. And further, he would have to somehow show how the gravity was made to be significantly lower than on Earth. So that'll be fun to go over that. So that's my presentation of evidence that I'm gonna stop my share here, that humans were on the moon.